So welcome to another CAD lesson. Today we are going to see how we could create this item. We are going to create this kind of like got a thread and also got a knob game, so we could call it a screw with knob. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how you could create the profile, and then we got this knurling profile that we are going to create and the thread profile. And I'm also going to talk to you about a little bit about how I came up with some of the dimensions. So say for example for parting tool, I decided to think of design to manufacture. So I was looking at the size of the parting tool that I could get from from the internet, which is 2 mil. So I'll explain you how I came up with this, and also when you create the thread, how you really need to design the thread based on a drawing with the right standard. Okay, and of course the knurling tool. So we'll see how we could create that profile in Inventor. So remember, this is SolidWorks, but we are going to use Inventor. So the first thing I'm going to do is new matrix standard. So if matrix is you cannot see it, you need to open this file. So matrix standards create. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see this drawing, the profile, and I'm going to copy this. So snipping tools. Okay. So if you think about this profile, the profile is so the shape, the features, is going to be extrude or revolve. It is possible to create this using extrusion. However, revolve is the best tool. With one drawing, you could create the whole shape. So you go to sketch, XY plane or front plane, and then I will go and draw a line starting from here. Don't go crazy with these numbers. Okay, so close to 7, close to maybe 15, 1. And can you see on my screen, on my cursor, Inventor is actually creating right now perpendicular to this line. So you would actually see the perpendicular picture comes on, and I'm deliberately not making this straight. Go down, and this one is really long, so close to 90. See, roughly and to that point, to that line. So some of the lines are okay, like this line is not vertical, so you select this and you choose vertical. That line is horizontal. Okay. Now deliberately I didn't actually make this line and this line in the same line because I wanted to show you this tool called collinear. And what it does is you will make this line and this line, they go collinear constraint. Now you could actually see your constraint by selecting, and if you say show me, it will show you all the constraints, but this icon does not switch off. If you want to switch off, you have to do right click and hide all constraints. So let's put some dimension. So the overall dimension is 110, and this is 90. Okay, so you guys you have got this drawing, so just doing it quickly. This is going to be 2. Why? I'm going to use my parting tool. Okay, that I'll show you on the internet. And this is going to be 15. I don't have to do a dimension from here to here, and you will say to me no. And the reason it's saying no is because this dimension has been driven by this 2. So if I say accept, this dimension comes in a bracket, and what it means is it's not possible to change it really, because it's been driven by these 2 dimensions. Okay, and even this I cannot put a dimension here because there you go, it comes back, same thing. So what's left? We got right click, general dimension, this should be 7 and this should be 5. Now 7 means is when we rotate this, when we revolve it, it will be 14. And what I've done is I actually went to the internet and I looked at some stock, and there's this applier which will supply a bar of 15 diameter. So I could actually take 1 mil out, yeah, smooth it, and then this is how I worked it out anyway. Okay, so once we got this profile, what we do, we say exit the sketch, revolve this, axis will be this. I'm happy with that. That's good. So we got the overall shape. Let's see how we could draw the thread. So I'm going to click onto the plus sign and open origin and look at one of the plane. So I think this plane is good, XY, right click, new sketch. Okay, now I could go and sketch my profile for my thread. So if I start, let's say somewhere here, jump to that point, I'm sorry, and click onto this. You see some of the drawings, you can't see it because it's inside the object. So for this we go to view, yeah, visual style, and I will choose this and back to front. Okay, that shape is okay, but this needs to be sorry, horizontal. Okay, straight. So we need to add, so if you look at this drawing in here, the thread normally is 60 degree, that's one pitch. And so when you draw your thread, you need to look at these drawings, okay? So maybe I'll make one more video just on this thread. So these sides are not equal. So what I could do is highlight this line and this line and make them equal. And so I could push them up and down now. That's very good. And the degree should be 60 degree. That's good. And we could pull this up. And the dimension for this line should be maybe 1.5. Doesn't really matter. We could always bring this down. You see there's nothing there. I just created constraints anyway because of it follows this line. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I could put some more dimension. See, I cannot select this line, so I need to go and say project that line. Now I could select this line with this line and 0.5 or point. Okay, I'm happy with this. We could also draw some line here if you want to really make these things a lot accurate. 1.25, and we could bring this in here and bring this out because that's the right way of displaying the dimensions. That 60 need to be in here. So I'm happy with that. We say finish. Actually, sorry, there was one more thing I need to show you. Go back to view, style. In Inventor, there is a tool called thread. I could use thread. When I click, it knows exactly the size, and then it will come up with this thread. But this thread, even though the software understands there's a thread and it got the length and everything, visually you cannot, it's only an image. Okay, this is really to save up your memory and all that. So now, but for us, what we are doing is we are actually making actual trade. So right click, suppress. Okay, I'm going to use this tool called coil. The profile is going to be, profile is going to be this. You could include this part as well if you want. The axis is going to be interesting because we don't have axis at the moment, but we could use this axis because I've drawn the right from the right plane, from the right spot. Okay, so we click onto that, and now you could see my coil started. If yours comes up this way, you need to click onto this coil size p chain revolution. Okay, so we could have a height. This was 90, so if we go all the way here, maybe 75. So you could see the coil, the number of coil is 1 revolution, but no, actually I want pitch and height is better. So right now, remember, from the one pitch from here to that center is 10, and we don't want 10, we just want probably like 1. Can you see? Okay, and it's going by 75. No, we want to cut. Say okay, and let's have a look. Am I happy with that? Very much so. And if you don't like this flat, what do? You need to go back here, the coil, edit, features, in the profile, click onto the profile, you need to add including that, and now you will see a proper V groove. Not responding, that's not good news. Okay, we just have to wait for a while, guys. Okay, so we are back. It's working now, and so now you can see you can see that V groove. Sorry, I said group. V. Okay, and we need to do something about this. And about this, maybe you guys could work out what will be the best way of eliminating this. So let's see how we could create this modeling profile. So for this, what I'm going to, there's so many ways of actually creating, but I'm just going to continue with this call using, let's just create the profile first. So we are creating now okay, so I'm creating this profile. Normally we create this profile using a tool called knolling tool. That will be attached to your lathe machine, and we just have to press. Okay, there are different type of profiles. So before you make the design, you need to understand what kind of profile you're going to make. But anyway, it's not big problem with this one. It's just straightforward. So you choose that face. Maybe I will convert or project that face so you could see the green line. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just a small profile. And I'm going to say this line and this line are equal. Okay. And you could see they are not in the center. So I'll make it in the center by drawing a line from that dot to this point and making this line vertical. And change that line to construction line. And what you need to do now, you would decide maybe you might say, okay, I want this to be some sort of shape. Sorry. So you write the size, and I need to mirror this actually. So I'll click onto the green line. Sorry, the green dot to the green dot. Make this line into construction line. Then I'm going to go to mirror, select these two lines. Oops, sorry, not included in this. So mirror this line and this line, and the mirror line is going to be this. So that's the midpoint. Apply, and make sure that this line is outside the circle. I'm happy with that, and you just say done. Look at this from now. Remember earlier on I was showing you how I selected this axis, but if you don't have those axes, then there is a possibility of creating. So finish this first. So if you don't see the axis, you could go to 3D model, not the plane but axis, and if you select that geometry, it will create axis for you. There you go. There's something called working axis. That is if you, when you started the design, if you didn't start from the 0 point. Okay, so I could use coil. What's the profile? This and this, that's the profile. The axis, if I could actually select this axis, or this, I could select this. Remember, this is the one, the working axis that we just created. So we don't want to go all the way, so we need to change a few things. So the height is going to be this time 15. Remember, this is the size is 15 here from our dimension. The pitch is going to be, so from here to there is 1. So we want this at least 15. So that 15 means is that's one pitch. Maybe I will do 150 actually. Okay, so you could see what all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to draw a line. There's so many ways of actually doing it, but I decided to do it this way. This is one way. Okay, we could use a sweep cut if you want to. You draw the profile and the guide, that's one way. Let's change this to 160 because I just want to make it more or less kind of like straight. So let's see 180. Okay, that's fine. Oops, I made a mistake. The mistake I made is, it's okay, it's not bad. But it created kind of like that profile. I don't want to create, actually I want to take out, I want to take something off. So I do right click, edit the feature. So I don't want to joint, I want to cut. So now I have that groove. Okay, that's good. And then we just have to use this circular pattern tool. What's the feature? This, or you could come and select that, this coil. It's entirely up to you. And now it's looking for the axis. Remember, we created a new axis, or we could go and select this axis. It's exactly the same thing. So this is the one. It says there's 6 of them. So maybe let's try. No, 10 is definitely not 20. No. Let's try 25. Maybe 27. There you go. So there's a small gap. So if I do more than 27, the likelihood is they will just have an overlap. So if I do, like, say, for example, let's see, 28. Oh, 28 is okay, actually. How about 30? Ooh, 30 still is okay. Oh, 35 is okay as well. Now, 40 is definitely there's overlap, you could see. So, 35, there's also overlap, sorry. It's my eyes. Okay, 32 is all right. So there's a small gap there, and you say, okay. And we just wait. My computer's gone slow. says not responding. Oh God. Okay, I will stop the recording and I'll come back when it's okay. So now we are back on. Still it's not responding. Okay, there goes responding. Okay, so there is the profile I just created. Of course, in the profile we have in the other drawing I drawn, it's actually a cross profile. So I'll show you how you do that, and then we stop. Wait, I'll show you one more thing and then I stop. So the next thing is I want to crisscross this using mirror tool. So mirror, what's the features? The feature is going to be, the feature is going to be these two. Okay, the coil and the circular pattern. The mirror plane is going to be one of these two planes. You could choose one of these two, it doesn't really matter. So if you choose this, and you could see straight away there's a cross. You say okay, and there is the cross. So you could actually do right click and say suppress this, and so that's without cross, and you could do right click and suppress that. And okay, so there you go. So what we have to do now is save this. What shall we call it? Shall we call it knob with screw? Knob. Okay, just screw. I think that will be just better. Okay, park it nicely in isometric view. Save your work. That's what I like to do always. So now I go to click in here, drawing. Just one more thing, and then I'll stop. What I want to show you here is really all about one thing. So base, and we want this to be 2. Oops, by mistake I've just said okay, done, but I want to continue. To continue, what you need to do is you need to do projection, and it identifies that, and then isometric. Press enter, create. Okay, so this is too long, even this is too long, so we want to make this short, and I could use this tool called break. Based on that, somewhere here starting all the way to that point, I'm going to break it. And what this does is not necessarily it made it short, it's just whenever you see this symbol, it means it's a straight line, nothing changes from what you're looking at, but it's just short. But the dimension will be exactly the same. So if I go to from that point to that point, it's 110. That's good. Okay, so now you know how we have done this. Let's see what's left. We got a few things to go. So we've done the jaw, we've done these knobs, the screw now you know how to do, but this is straightforward. And I'm going to show you how you could actually do this jaw plate. And then I'll show you how to do those things using a sheet metal and that placard. And the screws. We'll see the screws when we come to assembling. Okay, thank you very much. So back to Inventor. So looking good. So when we go to home page, let's see what we've done. So we got the knob, we got the bottom jaw. Now the top jaw is very straightforward. We got the drawings. Did we create a drawing for this? We did. So, but we haven't saved it, did we? So we need to save. And so when I go in here under my project, I see all the 3. Well done. Thank you very much, guys.